Okay, this week's Parsha is Akev, and we have the famous verse and an unbelievable insight from the Baal Shem Tov. So it says, V'ya'ancha, v'ya'rivecha, v'ya'achilcha et haman, right? And he humbled you and starved you, and he fed you the man. Asher lo yadata v'lo yadu avosecha, which you didn't know or your fathers knew. L'man hodiecha, in order to make you know, ki lo ala lechem levado yichyeh ha'adam, not just by bread alone does man live, not by breadeth alone, right? Does this a man liveth, right? Ki al kol motza pi Hashem yichyeh adam, but rather anything that comes out of the mouth of Hashem, all that comes out of the mouth of Hashem, a man will live. Great, take two. All right, so in this week's Parsha's Akev. So it says in the verse, and an unbelievable insight from the Baal Shem. So it says, V'ya'ancha, v'ya'rivecha, v'ya'achilcha et haman. So they translate it as, he afflicted you, which really humbled you, and he let you hunger. Then he fed you the manna that you did not know, nor did your forefathers know. L'ma'an hodiacha, in order to make you know, ki lo al halechem levado yichyeh ha'adam, not by bread alone does man live, right? There's a famous verse, not by breadeth alone does a maneth liveth. Ki al kol motza pi Hashem yichyeh adam, but rather all that comes out of the mouth of Hashem does a man live. So they ask a great question, an unbelievable question, that the question is why does it say ha'adam? And it says ha'adam twice. Not by bread alone does ha'adam, does the man live. The hay is whatever you call it. Okay, so it's the question here is, what does it mean on lo al? Why does it lo al alechem levado yichyeh ha'adam? Not just by bread alone does the man live. Rather, kol motzei pi Hashem yichyeh ha'adam, the man. Why does it have to say the man, and it says the man twice? It should be say, not by bread alone does a man live. So the Baal Shem Tov comes with an unbelievable insight here. And he brings, first of all, from the scientists who ask the question of what causes the soul of a person. What feeds the soul? What feeds the soul? It seems the soul is something very so sublime that has no connection to the physical. Why should it, right? It's completely spiritual. Yet on the other hand, we see that if a person doesn't eat after a certain amount of time, 3 days, so then the soul leaves the body. The person dies. So what gives, right? So how can it be? On one side the soul has no connection to the physical, and yet we see on the other hand, if the person starves himself, it causes the soul to leave. How do we explain this? So the Arizal, Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, says so. So Rabbi Yitzchak Luria says, the Arizal, he says that these people are fools. They don't understand what creation is about. That we have handed down to us that the creation was made with 10 utterances. God made the creation with 10 utterances. And when he expressed those 10 utterances, that gave every single thing its spiritual essence. And in the way that the Baal Tanya explains that really the letters of those words, of those utterances, transmutated and came down and to being the spiritual essence of everything that we experience as being physical. And the Baal Shem Tov brings the famous word, Le'olam Hashem Devarcha Nitzav B'Shamayim, forever Hashem, forever God, your word stands in the heaven. Which is basically that not only did those utterances give everything its spiritual essence and vitality, but really it's constantly giving it its essence at every single moment. So now we get to the point of blessings. See, when a person makes a blessing on anything, and he says it with kavana, he says, Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, blessed are you Hashem, our God, King of the universe. So when he says, first way, the word baruch could mean two things: praise, thanks, or tosefet v'ribui, which is like may you increase, almost a prayer, a blessing. It's almost a request. It's almost like an acknowledgement, more than an acknowledgement. It's an awareness that he is the source. Another word for baruch is source. Source are you, God. So when you say it with kavanah, and you say Hashem's name, so we have a principle of motze minet mino, like things attract, that the spiritual essence that is in the food becomes awakened when you say the name of Hashem. I'll call motze pi Hashem, what comes out of the mouth, God's name, right? Zei al zei yichyeh ha'adam. On this, the man lives, the man. So the man means the soul, not the body of the person. See, when they were in the desert, they had the experience of, they were fed like a food which was like, it wasn't a food, and yet they were eating it and getting satisfied from it. It was a completely different experience to understand that there's something other than food that existing. There's a spiritual essence of things. The bread of the angels, the man was likened to. They didn't have to go to the bathroom, right? Can you imagine that? Knocks the toilet paper people up right out of business. So in any case, when they were eating this, they had the experience of eating like a non-food food, in order to understand that there's something else underneath the food. So here, let's do an example. Let's do an example of a blessing here. I'm going to say a blessing. I'm going to say it with kavanah, right? And we awaken the spiritual essence in the food, and that is what nourishes the soul of a person. But you might ask, what about all those people that don't make blessings over food? Do they have a nourished soul? I'll ask that question. But let's make this blessing here, and we'll make it with kavanah, and we'll have the name of Yud-Kei Vav-Kei. Say it slowly. Most people say blessings so fast, they don't take time to concentrate, to think about it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam Borei pri ha'etz. Oh, just like this apple is sweet to my body, all the more so Torah and mitzvahs are sweet to my soul.